What's consumer friendly? What's consumer friendly to you? I think Microsoft is doing a pretty good job at being consumer friendly. If you think about it, this announcement right here is one of the big things that helps us as gamers along the way, because we're the ones that are buying this stuff, right? We're the ones that are spending our hard-earned money on these consoles, on these games, on these services. And when you get news like this, you just are that much more thankful for how things are kind of turning out. Now, for me personally, I think that this is something that is a little bit unexpected, and I think it's unexpected for a couple of reasons, and we're going to get into that. I'm sure that Sony would never do anything like this for their fans. Obviously, Sony and Microsoft take different tactics when it comes to how they run their businesses, but I do honestly believe that Sony is a completely different entity than Microsoft, and when it comes to this type of thing, yeah, I got to side with Microsoft here. I think they're the ones just doing absolutely amazing work, and it's only going to get better from here on out. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, this does sound pretty damn interesting and pretty damn good. Let's get started. Hey everybody, I'm Crap Gamer, and this is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please leave a like on the video. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of these, as it would be very much appreciated, and I'm so thankful, that I get the small people that I do get to watch the videos, so thank you guys. Now listen. This is sort of a mixed bag here. I think it's good, but think about this. The Xbox Series X and S, we both know, are selling at a loss. And this is something that's very interesting because it's not uncommon, but at the same time, it's something that, Sony and Nintendo are both kind of don't do right now. So that means that these consoles, in particular the Series S, is a much more hefty console price-wise than you think, right? Think about it. The figure comes from Xbox head Phil Spencer himself, who in an interview with CNBC, Spencer admitted that the Xbox consoles are currently being sold at a loss, with the hopes that they make up that lost revenue through sales of games and accessories. Additionally, Microsoft also benefits from some subscription service Game Pass. Microsoft currently loses about $100 for every Series X sold, while the company loses almost $200 on the budget Xbox Series S. This is typical for console manufacturers, which are sold at a loss, with the notable exception of Nintendo. However, given Spencer's recent comments, there's some interesting context to consider. Spencer seemingly laying the groundwork for a potential price increase for a little while now, and earlier he admitted that Microsoft may have to raise prices on certain things, although he maintained that prices will remain unchanged going into the holiday season. It is not clear if any potential price increase would be on the consoles themselves, the games, Game Pass, or on some combination of all three. Now, personally, and this is just my opinion, I think that, to be quite frank with you, we would not see a price increase on the actual console itself. I think that the thing that we would see a price increase on down the line would be, like Game Pass. I think that would be something. Obviously, right? Listen, services go up. They do. They go up. And it's kind of up to us to see if that's something that we think is worthwhile. Now, for me, I think it's been a bad year for Game Pass this year. There hasn't really been a ton worth of note, and not only that, but I also think that it's pretty clear that next year is going to be the year that they're going to hit hard with the heavy hitters. Phil Spencer has said so himself. Now, with that being said, I would expect some type of price increase. I don't know how much. I wouldn't expect it to be a full $5. But it could be. I don't know. And I also expect the game prices to go up to $70, because that's what I've been saying for a while now, right? Like, Microsoft had been offering the $60 games, but again, they were doing the free upgrades anyway, so it didn't really matter, right? Because people could have just bought the last gen versions anyway. But going into stuff like Starfield, I assume we're going to be seeing $70 prices, because that makes the most sense. We're seeing that everywhere right now as well. So yeah, again, I definitely don't see them raising prices 2.5 years on the console, 2.5 years into the console generation. That would not make any sense to me whatsoever. But it's very interesting. He said, "We've held the price on our console, we've held the price on our games and our subscription. I don't think we'll be able to do it forever," according to what he said to the Wall Street Journal. He says, "I do think at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things, but going into this holiday, we thought it was really important that we maintain the prices that we have." He also reiterated that the remarks in his interview with CNBC, saying that he doesn't think Microsoft will be able to keep the price of games constant forever. However, he justified any price increase by pointing out that they provide hours of entertainment, saying that people can play video games for hundreds of hours. These comments come after Microsoft criticized Sony for raising the price of PlayStation 5, something that Spencer himself said wasn't the right move given the current financial constraints on customers. So again, I don't think that they're going to go out there and say, hey, we're going to, charge you for, this. And then if you weren't able to find a Series X, now all of a sudden you got to pay, more for that. And I think they're not going to do that. And doing that the way that Sony did it wouldn't really work out for them anyway, because Sony was able to get away with that where markets where they're strong anyway, which they didn't dare do it in the US. So Microsoft could never raise the price in the US. It would absolutely kill them. But, at the end of the day, Sony, what I thought was funny was, they didn't do it in the U.S. because they knew they would get slaughtered if they did that. They did it in the other countries and territories where they are, so heavily favored that it wouldn't really matter anyway. So, it's just one of those things where we look at it and we go, oh, well, that's different because Microsoft doesn't have these other countries where, they're heavily favored or where they can actually go out there and kind of get all this other stuff done. So yeah, it's interesting to me. But I would love to hear what you guys think about it. I'm sure that there's a lot to be said, and at the end of the day, I do think we'll probably see some price increases. Listen, we can blame anybody we want to really for price increases, but I still think at the end of the day it kind of comes down to Sony were the ones that went ahead with the $70 price on the games pretty much right away, and Microsoft might have to follow suit. I mean, we'll see. You have to. It's still a business, which I understand the business aspect of it. I just think that at the end of the day, you still have to offer good value, and I think the fact that they're eating $200 on this console is amazing. It's very consumer friendly. But I would love to hear what you guys think too, because like I said, it's not just me, it's also you guys. Are you guys into this? Do you guys have a Series X or a Series S? Do you think that's a nice thing that they eat the money on this, or do you think it's not? I would love to hear everybody's perspective on this, because I think everybody's got an important opinion. So we'll see what happens. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day. And game on. Have some fun. Crap Gamer, out.